Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga LJ. My name is LJ. I'm a yoga teacher and a registered nurse. Today's class we will revitalize yoga to refresh and tone. So we'll start seated, grounded, and butterfly position. The feet pressing into each other with the knees wide. Rest the hands on the shins or the knees. Taking a moment here to drop in. Lengthening the inhales and exhales through the nose. And dissolving the mind. Using the resistance of the hands, we'll rock in one direction, dropping forward to the side and coming back up. Noticing the points of tension. And we'll switch the other direction. Going deeper inside the body. Back to upright position. We're going to fold forward, lead with the heart as you come down, head coming to the feet, and then press your sitting bones, roll from the bottom of the spine up to upright, head coming back last. A few more times. Exhaling down, rolling with the chest leading forward. And then round your upper back. Inhale, roll the spine all the way back up, ears back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back up. And we'll cross the ankles. Hands will come in front of the legs. And we'll rock forward to come to hands and knees. We'll inhale, rocking forward, exhale, pushing back. A few times here. Moving with the breath. When you're ready, we'll exhale back to a downward dog. 5 breaths. And we'll inhale, rock forward, straight arms, and exhale, push your hips back, bend your knees a lot to your ribs. A couple more times. Inhale, rock forward, bend the knees to the ribs. One more time, inhaling, exhaling back. When you're ready, we'll step to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Press the feet coming all the way up, hands reach for the sky, lengthen. Exhale, arms wide down by the side. And we'll inhale the arms back up over the head, more length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, head up, thighs pressing back. We'll bend the right knee, fingertips to the ground, left foot's gonna step back. Left knee to the ground. Release the hips for a couple breaths here. And we'll lift the back left knee off the ground. A couple more breaths on the fingertips. Option to use a block for twisted lunge. Left hand under left shoulder. Open chest to right. Right hand pulling back. 5 breaths. And slowly we're going to turn to the left side of the mat for Skandasana. Bend the left knee, right toes to the sky. Press the right heel. So only drop your hips low if your left heel's grounded. Otherwise, keep your hips high, hands in front of you on the floor to protect the left knee. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Bend the right knee, left heel pressing, left toes up. You can drop the hips as long as the right heel's grounded. Otherwise, keep your hips at the level where your right heel's grounded. Hands in front of you, breathing through. And we'll turn to the top of the mat. The right toes turn to the front, back toes, back heel lifted. Ground the hands, lift the right foot back, high plank. And we'll drop the knees down. We'll bring the chest forward, coming all the way to the ground. And we'll do a modified cobra with the hands in front as wide as the mat. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, we'll come down. If there's anything in your low back, just go to cobra. Otherwise, we'll do this a few more times, lifting up with the inhale and coming down on the exhale. A couple more times. We'll bring the wrist under the elbows and we'll push back to a downward dog. 5 breaths. And we'll step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Press the feet coming all the way up, hands reaching for the sky. Exhale, arms wide. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, head up. Moving to the other side, we'll step the right foot back as you bend the left knee, fingertips to the ground, right knee to the ground, kneeling lunge, a couple breaths to release the hips. And we'll curl the back toes under, lift the right knee off the ground, high lunge with the hands down. Option to use a block, right hand under right shoulder, twisted lunge, open chest to left, left hand reaching straight back behind you. 5 breaths. Feel the breath move through the whole body. And moving to Skandasana, turn to the right, all the way to the right. The right knee's going to bend, left heel presses, left toes up to the sky, reaching hands on the ground in front of you. Moving to the other side, bending the left knee, right toes up to the sky, hands on the floor in front of you. And we'll turn to the top of the mat, left toes turn forward. The back heel is going to lift. Ground the hands. Try to lift the left foot back to a high plank or drag it back. Moving towards Chaturanga, we'll bend the elbows, chest leading us. Upward dog, press the feet, open the chest. Option to drop your knees or roll over the feet, lift the hips, back to downward dog. And we'll drop the knees down, coming to forearms to the ground, to Dolphin. So the elbows, wrists, and shoulders are in one line. Ground the hands down. Walk the feet in, feet together. Walk the feet to a distance that you're comfortable where you can breathe. Lifting shoulders away from the ears. pressing the palms and forearms down. We're going to lift the right leg up, keeping the hips square, and then tap the right toes to the ground. 2 more times, inhaling all the way up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. And we're going to step the feet back to a forearm plank, heels back, core engaged, inner thighs to sky. Holding for a couple of breaths, and we'll drop down to Sphinx. So just let yourself drop, the hips drop to the floor, release your feet. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round your upper back, lift your core, press your hands. Inhale, head back, a couple more times. Exhale, lift the core. And one more time. Curl your toes under and push yourself to a child's pose. Lengthening the spine, and we'll come to kneeling. Option to use a block here. From kneeling, we'll start by interlacing opposite elbows, and we'll rock from side to side, softening the lower ribs down. Inner thighs spinning back. Release the arms down. Right hand to the block, left hand up. Spin the inner thighs back, engage your core, hips forward. Press the shoulder blades through the chest to open the heart to the sky. Option to bring your hand to the back heel if you're more flexible, with the toes curled under. Otherwise, just keep your hand on the block or by the side. Breathing through the pose. And we'll release. The right foot's going to step forward, so try to stabilize your hip flexors. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, left arm up. Taking that length with you, left elbow outside the right knee, hands to prayer, open chest to the right. Option to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. With the back knee lifted, it's easier to keep the gaze to the ground. For more challenge, you can lift the gaze up past the top shoulder. And we'll release, ground the hands down. Try to lift the right heel to meet the left foot back in a high plank. And we'll drop the knees. Moving to Chaturanga, we'll lead with the chest, bend the elbows, engage the core and back muscles. Option to go to the ground or lift up for upward dog. From here, you can drop the knees or roll over the feet back to downward dog. And we'll drop the knees down to the ground, back on the forearms, moving to the other side. So ground the hands, forearms, elbows in one line. Walk the feet in together. Shoulders away from the ears. And we'll take a couple of breaths here. And we'll lift the left leg straight up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Left leg coming up. Point the toes. Exhale down. Last time. Inhaling up. Exhale down. And we'll bring the feet back to the forearm plank. So heels back. Strong core. Look forward. Hold for a couple breaths here. Building strength. And we'll slowly drop down for Sphinx. Release your feet. Head back. Exhale, round the upper back. Lift your core. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, head back. We'll curl the toes under. Drop the head, lift your core, and push your hands and forearms down to a child's pose. Lengthening. And we'll come up to kneeling. Option to use the block outside the left knee or shin. We'll interlace the opposite elbows the opposite direction that you did before and rock side to side. softening low ribs and spinning inner thighs back. We'll drop the arms down, left fingertips to the block. Inhale, right arm up. So engage the core, hips forward, shoulder blades press through the chest to open the heart to the sky. Option to curl the back toes under if you did so on the previous side, and bring your hand to the left heel to go deeper. But you should feel nothing in the low back. If you do, don't go as deep. And we'll come back up. We're going to step the left foot forward. So find your stability. Left foot comes forward. Right arm reaches up, left hand to left thigh. Taking that length with us, right elbow outside the left knee, hands to prayer, open chest to left. Elbows are pushing away from each other. Option to lift the back knee. 5 breaths. And we'll slowly release hands to the floor. Try to lift the left heel back to meet the right foot in a high plank. And we'll drop the knees, going for Chaturanga. Elbows midline, engage your mid-back muscles and core. Look forward, inhale, upward dog or cobra. Option to lift the hips in upward dog or drop the knees to go back to downward dog. And we'll drop the knees down. We're going to come back to the forearm plank, moving towards a side plank. So heels back, forearm plank first. Engage your core, low ribs in, inner thighs very strong. Turn your feet to the left. So both heels to left, and step your right foot halfway forward with the right fingertips on the ground. You can keep your right hand on the ground or lift the right hand straight up. Pressing the left forearm, lift the hips, pressing the edges, pinky edges of both feet. Trying to breathe through the pose. And we'll drop that right hand down. The left foot will come back and we'll find the forearm plank and center again. Moving to the other side. Heels to the right. The left foot's going to step halfway up the mat, the left fingertips on the ground. Press the bottom forearm. Hips up. Option to bring the left hand straight up to the sky. And we'll drop the left hand down, and then the left foot will come back. Find the forearm plank. Try to hold and drop down to the floor. We'll bring the hands and make a pillow and rest the head for a moment. And we'll bring the head back up. We'll bring the wrist under elbows. Moving towards cobra. Engage the back muscles. Squeeze elbows towards each other. Head up. An option to go to upward dog from here. Lift your hips and thighs off the floor. Knees off the floor. Exhale, you can drop your knees or lift your hips. Roll over the feet to downward dog. And we'll come to seated. So you can cross your ankles when you step the feet forward, and then drop your hips to the ground. Extend the legs out in front of you. And we'll come to a forward fold with the right ankle above the left knee, flexing the feet and dropping forward. 5 breaths. Releasing the mind as you drop in deeper into the body. We'll inhale, head up. We'll keep the foot there. Bring your right hand outside the left shin, open chest to left, left hand reaching back, turning from the upper shoulders. Breathing through the twist. and back to center. We'll bend the left knee, hands behind you, and bring the hips forward for a hip release here, keeping the right foot flexed, right knee pushing away from you. And we'll slowly release, bring your hips back, and we'll switch sides. So extending the right leg, left ankle above the right knee, flexing the feet to protect the joints. When you're ready, forward fold, 5 breaths. Inhale, head back up. We'll bring the left hand outside the right shin, open chest to the right. Right hand pulling back behind you. Breathing into the twist, which refreshes the internal organs, pushing fluid through. And release. Hands back, keeping the left foot flexed. We'll bring the hips forward, any amount to release the hips, left knee pushing away from you. And we'll bring the hips back, release the legs. We'll do some core work. Option for the block if you have one. You can bring it between your thighs and lengthwise. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Try to lift your heels to the height of the knees, arms by the side. And we'll drop back, shoulders, feet off the ground. Squeezing the inner thighs towards the block or towards each other. And pull the knees back to your chest, come back up. Option 2, try to straighten your legs any amount. And then we'll come back towards the floor, shoulders, feet off the ground. From here, we'll drop down. Just release the block if you're using one. Pull your knees to your chest, rock side to side. Slowing down the practice, lengthening the breath. We'll bring the legs straight up for a moment, palms down, and bring your feet towards your face, lengthening the back of the legs. We'll point and flex the feet a few times. And then you can bring the hands to your toes and pull the legs more towards your face to get more opening at the back of the legs. Try to lengthen your exhales. Slowly release, so you can come to a savasana if you're feeling particularly tired, or option to come to a seated meditation. Dropping in deeper into stillness, dissolving the mind as you feel expansion throughout the body. About 3.5 minutes. we'll start to bring the awareness back to the space around us, maintaining a sense of stillness. We'll bring the hands to prayer at the chest. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Please give the class a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Bye, everyone.